All right, Dmitry Bivol defeats Canelo Alvarez. I just got done. Woke up this morning, started watching it. I didn't watch it last night. I went to sleep, bro. I didn't think Bivol had a chance, and they tried to take it from him. Being honest, they tried to take it from him. 115, 113 across the board in his favor. And, like I said before, when you get 115, 113, any type of win in old Mexico with Canelo Alvarez, that's a big win, man. That's a big historic win. He really won like 9-3. I ain't scored, but I was just eyeballing it. Canelo got washed. He got washed down the stretch, bro. And that's just the honest truth. He got washed. You see Tim Cheatham, 115, 113. Dave Reddy, 115, 113. Steve Weisford, 115, 113. And thing about it is, Sergio Moore was saying they were the platinum standard. I'm paraphrasing here. They are the platinum standard for judging, and they, if this is the best judge you can get, they scored this fight all wrong, and it wasn't even the fact that the crowd oohed and ahhing either, because it wasn't too many oohs and ahs, because Bivol was taking them oohs and ahs away, and he was turning them oohs and ahs to oohs and ahs for him with the counters and striking like a ninja. Another bad matchmaking by Eddie Renasso. You know, they waited till Dmitry Bivol got fairly active. He fought twice last year. Well, he ain't been the most active, but he did fight twice last year, and he just as fought in December. So this is a good turnaround for him. And Canelo just fought, and he fought Plant Win. He fought Plant. So yeah, around 11:06, so around the same time. So Bivol was as active as you can get, because last year he fought 6 months turnaround, and then you talking about from December. So he said what? January, February, March, April, May, about 6 months, because he fought in the beginning. So yeah, I mean his activity is really good, man. As of now, only 20 fights. He's been pro for almost 10 years, I think almost 8 to be exact. We're coming up on the debut in November. And one thing I knew about him is he can fight. You know, he got good footwork, good athleticism, good hand speed. Like I told you, he strike like a ninja. He just ain't been on the radar because he went from HBO to ESPN for a second to the zone. But it don't get no bigger than this, man. Like, he goes into my number 2 pound for pound. So now, I got Canelo falling down a bit, and I got Terrence Crawford coming up. And the only reason I had Terrence Crawford at 2, and I'll explain my pound for pound list later. Only reason I had Terrence Crawford at number 2 uh, was because it just, give me that Errol Spence fight, and then you could be number 1 again. And Canelo was just active, moving up, fighting champions, and even with the computer roll or whatever, I mean, you just couldn't contest what he was doing. So I was going to explain it today, but hey, something happened, so I updated. So, um, and what I seen in that fight was, you know, bad matchmaking again. You get one of those unicorns, one of those, heavier dudes above 154 that can mimic those super welterweight movements, you know, and who understood. He see what Floyd Mayweather did. That's the tape he studied, because you can tell he just touched Canelo Alvarez. He ain't trying to load up, and once you load up, all you do is give Canelo Alvarez a target. Now he can plant his feet and counter, and now you getting hit. And no matter if the punch is effective, ineffective, knockout punches, or punches that pay up down the road, like a high interest account or index fund, is worth it can, that one punch can take the player away from you in the round. That one punch can take the whole round away from you, and be able to give him that thing he did what Floyd did. He countered and he touched him. He didn't load up. He didn't have to load up, but then still, that's still an ace in the hole, because he probably got to beat Canelo twice. So Canelo really there's still some mystery there. So what if Canelo do something different? I'm pretty sure Bivol had a plan B, C, D. He got Joel Diaz in his corner, so he just touched him, and that's what Floyd did. Nobody really pay attention to part of that fight. But Floyd didn't lay up, land. He didn't load up. It was a reason for that, because once you load up, and you let a power puncher like Canelo, or a good puncher like Canelo, he planted his feet. It's over with. It's over with. And Bivol didn't let him do that. Even when he did plant those shots, Bivol, his arm length. What is his arm length? Hold on, if they got it listed here, 72. So it's it's same as Errol Spence's, but the difference was he was able to take his body shot away, his left hook to the body, his right hand to the body. He was able to take that away. He was dropping his elbows, taking it away. His defense was good, but what it boiled down to was he didn't load up. And when you don't load up, the speed of your punches, foot speed, your footwork, it's gonna trouble Canelo Alvarez all day, every day. If you let Canelo sit there and plant, if you let him sit there, when you throw a hard shot at him in the back, and he able to plant, it's murder she wrote. That's what it is. It's murder she wrote. Once he able to, you throw that hard shot, even if it do land, if you throw it hard, he all he gonna do is roll it, catch it. If he eat it, once you throw a hard shot, guess what? You plant, you throw hard, you come back. It takes some time to come back and get back in position. And that's when Canelo Alvarez capitalized as a counterpuncher. And he used that jab. Canelo had no answer for that jab. He tried to beat his elbows, his arms up. That didn't work. And that jab just set the table, and he would shoot that right hand, bam. And then not only did he come, come with straight shots, he came with looping shots. He came with the looping shots, so he had a good mix. With Kovalev, you just really get the straight shots. And with Kovalev, you didn't get the athleticism. So the things that bothered Canelo last night was the hand speed, the footwork, and him not loading up. You know what I'm saying? Him being able to take a punch. He didn't exert no energy. He just touched him. That was the game plan. Just touch him. And then he really didn't even unveil his right hand. That was the crazy thing about it. He really didn't debut his right hand. How he could have debuted it. So he fought with a nice little rhythm, you know what I'm saying? But also he was able to fight without a rhythm that fight. And Canelo just couldn't get him out of position. As simple as that. Canelo couldn't catch him out of position. And he used Canelo feet against Canelo. He used his feet against him. And when you're talking about you losing his feet against him, it's simple, just touching him, keeping your distance. And that's another thing he did, kept his distance. He touched him. And then when Canelo was trying to, plant and throw, he was at the perfect distance. And by the time Canelo planted his feet, he was gone. And if Canelo did try to punch off his platform, he took advantage of it. And Canelo can't handle athletic fighters. He can't handle athletic fighters. And Bivol did that plus with IQ. He took the play away from him when he needed to. And, had he not been aggressive with his combination punches like he was, they would have stole this fight from him. Even though Canelo didn't land nothing, he took the play. Every time Canelo did something, he jumped on Canelo, took the play. Now, can he build on that? Absolutely. Absolutely, he can build on that. Absolutely. But, Canelo Alvarez just showed he's not a great fighter, all-time great fighter. He's doing all-time great things because it's scripted for him. But he showed right then and there, ain't nothing changed from the Floyd Mayweather-Lara fight. Ain't too much change. He did not get better. He just didn't fight those type of guys. And he didn't have too much options. I mean, he could have fought Joe Smith Jr. and made him look stupid. Could have. But he fought Dmitry Bivol, and it was looking, well, Bivol, he been having some bad performances. But you got to know, really good fighters, great fighters, they step it up in great moments. And he stepped it up. He told himself. He said in the fighter meeting, he said that, if I do get robbed on the scorecards, it's good enough if I think I won. He was content with that. And that's fine. But he didn't follow the script. I know there was a rehydration clause on him. But like I said, he was a guy that said he got on 168 pounds. When he said that, a few years ago, he said, I got on 168. Canelo should have knew he shouldn't have messed with him. Because that rehydration clause didn't really bother him. Because then the next morning he weigh in, then he can eat, sleep. It's Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So you can eat, sleep, and get a little bigger. But the thing about it is you fought one of those light heavyweights that was comfortable and young enough to deal with your phantom rehydration clause. He's 31. And then he only got 20 fights, so he ain't got a lot of wear and tear on him. So That's what happened. And that's why kind of like he didn't really want to fight. Oh my bad. That's why he really didn't want to fight Jamal Charlo. That's why he really didn't want to fight Jamal Charlo, because Jamal Charlo, you can't really weight drain him at 68. You know, you know, can't really weight drain him. And like I said before, man, Bivol, he did everything he took everything physically he had and made it work for him. And his intangibles, his IQ. And that's how you use somebody footwork, somebody that got a plant. That's how you work against him. He studied that Mayweather film. And he said, you know what, man, I may not be Mayweather. I may be taller, I may be longer, I might be stronger, but I may not be him in the athletic department, even when he was 30, 34, 35, 36, whatever he was. I may not be him in the athletic department, per se, but I'm athletic. I'm a light heavyweight. I'm fast. I'm quick. I got good footwork. I got good pedigree. And when Canelo plant, either I'm gonna rush him and get off on his ass, or once he plant, I'm gonna get out of range. And if I am caught in range, he do, try to punch off platform, I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna block. And then not only when I block, when I do, he start get comfortable with throwing, out of position and get reckless. And not only am I block, but I'm gonna block and shoot. I'm gonna catch and shoot and counter him. He had the whole thing working for him last night. And this is a bad matchup. When he said, I know I take the jab away, he started beating on his arm, and that jab still coming. Can't beat on everybody's arm like that. Don't work. These bigger guys. And what could he have done different? Shit, I don't know. I'm not sure he could. I mean, if I was him, I just would have stayed on top of him. I wouldn't let him push me back. I mean, as soon as it's hard to, to get them hand speed, but as soon as he would have threw them punches, I probably would have tried to dip and get up under him and hold him. But then again, you could have dipped into an uppercut. And he had his uppercut working for a minute. And then he took that away. Bivol did too. So you somebody like Bivol, you got to pressure him. Stay on top of him. He tried to land that overhand right. That ain't work. He just was so good defensively, bro. So um, that's the thing about it. He was good defensively. You know, real good defensively. So I mean, Canelo. I think Canelo, maybe when you fight bigger guys, maybe instead of loading up on your shots, maybe just use your speed against them. You coming up, use your hand speed against them. Instead of loading up trying to get one big shot and you getting tired, use your hand speed. Just punch like he did, punch for speed. Then mix in the hard shots, but he ain't that type of fighter. Like I said, people going around saying how great of a counter puncher he is and how great of a fighter. He ain't that great. He just been matchmaking against those guys that's not athletic, who can't do what Floyd can do, who can't do what Bivol can do, and a lot of guys who can't do what Triple G can do, you know. So that's the thing about it. That's he just been matchmade properly. No athletic fighters, none of that nature. But then again, he didn't quit last night. I will say that he didn't quit last night. He kept coming. He fought through some fatigue. Now, Jessica McCaskill, shout out to her, great on the mic. She brought an interesting my bad. She brought an interesting point up. She said was the vegan is it the vegan diet, but Canelo been tired in fights before. And Kobe showed me something. We was send me a video on Instagram, and he showed me that Canelo was bulking up, and he looked a little bit too big. He looked a little bit too big. So that he might have been too big. He simply might have been too bulky, but about the vegan diet, Bernard Hopkins said boxers should not do the vegan diet. And maybe Canelo without, his meat. This is what you get. But like I said before, it was to me, in my opinion, and I can't be sure. Um, like I said, I can't be sure about this, but to me, it was more about, it was more about Dimitri's Bivol game plan and his physical attributes, and not about what Canelo had going on. Canelo, like he wanted to cry. You know, Canelo like he wanted to cry. So, so that's what it looked like. He looked like he honestly wanted to cry, but like I said, he just still ain't never mastered. He still has not mastered. He still has not mastered dealing with athletic fighters. But it is what it is. Let me know what you girls guys think. I'll try to go live later tonight. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, next subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notification. We go live, drop a video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Other than that, man, check out the boxing reaction, fight reaction playlist, more videos like this. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all in the link tree, link in the description. It's the first link there. Find me everywhere. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.